right. Like to start.
Is there anybody out there who can help me? I need a hand. I need your other hand. I need those hands to come together like this. Good. Yeah. Look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at me. It's time for the magical ending. So together with me, throw it away. And now, put your fist up for love like this. Yeah. And say, hoo, hoo. Circus Alpha.
Some parts were missing out for some reasons I can't explain. Hacking stage art. I am Erik Rosales from Circus Alphon, and I will also talk about my other group, which is called Digit, and how we started, how we think, and please just stop me and just shout out different questions during whatever I say or do here. Circus Alphon has been a group for 17 years. We started out at age of 16, and then you can do the math and see how old I am. We actually started as a street performance group. Instead of having summer jobs, our summer job was going around in Copenhagen, in Berlin, and wherever city we ended up in, and learned quite a lot about audience and how to interact, basically. In 2005, we were part of a festival in Berlin called Berlin Lacht, which was mainly just a street performance festival. But all of a sudden, the crowd gave us a prize, the crowd's prize. And we thought, okay, we're kind of good at this. Nice. We sent a letter to Riksteatern, and further on, we've been developing whatever we do to stages. And we're touring constantly, like, all around the globe. Here is in Shaoyang Spring Carnival in Beijing. We've been to all kinds of places. But I brought myself a question here for you guys. A question that I am asking myself the whole time. 10,000 hours of screen time. A person born 1989, the same year that WWW, the World Wide Web, was brought to life, and the Berlin Wall was torn down, and we had these marvelous gadgets all over. These guys, at the age of 21 years, they have spent 10,000 hours in front of a screen, in front of a computer. And normally, that is how long time you will get an expertise. It takes about 10,000 hours for a really good vinylist to, I mean, you were really great yesterday, I mean, and it took just a second, but to reach even a higher level, around 10,000 hours. And that's the average what a 21-year-old person would have spent in front of a computer. These guys, they want to control, they want to interact, they want to take part. They don't consume, they want to, yeah, they think that passive is boring. They don't want to sit like this, they want to interact, they want to know more. Because that's how their brains are behaving after 10,000 hours. They are experts in interaction. So how do we reach this person? I think somehow we just gonna go to their main window. And here are some challenges which other fields have been going through. Record shops, for example. Nowadays we have SoundCloud, Spotify as an example. Video stores, well, YouTube, Netflix. Radio TV is now streaming and podcasting. The telecom business, Skype, Viber, we've already talked about Skype, how great it is, at least for some, in some cases. What's really the main thing, the main topic for these are that they are interactive and they are accessible. They can access all these at the minute. They want to be able to just go ahead. Oh, I want to hear this song. Well, I have a playlist here. Or, oh, I want to call this guy in China to ask him, oh, I will use Skype or have a 3-person conference. And sadly, there are some which doesn't really develop enough. I mean, I don't see so many record shops or video stores anymore. And radio TV has mainly now, they really try hard. And my question that I ask myself is, how would theater really step into the new era of interaction and not be a passive medium? Let's see, what is the next thing? I think we change the topic, we go away with this. And we have to be innovative. I'll just take a few examples. As a magician, for example, cards has been a common thing for ages. Like, we've been playing cards with our families, we've been playing cards, like, everybody knows what a deck of cards can do. Magicians show you that you can do things that you didn't think. All of a sudden we have an interaction because you think that, I know this, I have a personal affection for this, I know what I can do, and all of a sudden I am part of the show in one way. So what are the cards of 2015? Now it's more like everybody, it's really accessible. Technology is something everybody knows. I think that a lot of people still think that technology is something for geeks or nerds. But all of a sudden, I mean, grandparents or fathers and childs, a 2-year-old kid probably knows quite a lot of how to search and find the Bamse, which my little son likes. Bamse, ja, Bamse. Yeah, never mind, it's a children's something in Sweden. So, everybody knows what you can do with an iPad, and I will show you some examples of what you also can do with the iPad. It's a remix, by the way. We like to call Stockholm plug and play.
Why? Because setting up a business is straightforward, transparent,
Yeah, and simple.
That means when you get a good business idea, it is very easy to turn it into reality.
Stockholm's high standard of living comes together with a strong economy.
How strong? Compared to the EU average, Sweden's GDP growth rate was more than 3 times better in the last 3 years.
3 times better, Charlie. Last year, we topped the list in Financial Times FDI report.
European region of the future. Not bad.
The innovative atmosphere is even more clear when you see how Stockholm is a nexus for creativity in design, fashion, literature, and a huge industry for music.
Sweden has the 3rd largest music export in the world.
The 3rd largest music export in the world.
We got my favorite creative industry, gaming.
The global gaming industry now has a higher turnover than the movie industry. Higher than the film industry. We're leading city game production and in so many other industries.
All because Stockholm acts like a magnet, attracting well-educated, creative talent.
But it's more than that. It can be home. Stockholm. Woo, iPads. And as I said it before, like technology ain't the thing for geeks anymore. It's everywhere. We don't need to be ashamed that we all love technology because everybody does. It's a common thing nowadays. What's the next thing? Yes, okay, I press there. Oh, consumer hacks. I love it. How to say? Yeah, let's just keep up there. No borders. I mean, the world has been like divided into different segments where you can access different technology at different times because of laws or yada yada. I don't know why. That is no more. Basically, I have connections with the Chinese factories producing specific items just for me. We can buy things from Amazon or eBay before they even were heard of in Sweden, basically. If you are on forums and so on, yada yada. That's one consumer hack. Another consumer hack is that it's so accessible with different technologies. For example, Nyrus makes a really terrific HDMI transmitter, which has the same chip as Paralink's Arrow, which costs like $1,000 more. It's in the pro segment, and the other is in the consumer segment. But if you are nerdy enough, you can really find out it's the same chip with the same features. So I've built a really tiny, live streaming cool thing, which I couldn't show you yesterday. But it's really just, consumer electronics are really easy and fun to play with. Everybody knows the Wii mode. Basically, I am controlling all the lasers that you saw yesterday, everything you see right now. With the Wii mode. A few hacks or scripts, and all of a sudden it's a really powerful remote to be able to control motors, etc. And lasers. Oh yes. These you can buy with license. We have license, by the way. Dremel. It's a really powerful LED diode. Consumer hacks. I mean, why buy really expensive professional stuff when you can do it yourself? And that's even a movement called the maker movement, where people are just tearing stuff down to see what's inside of it. And all of a sudden you can make amazing laser shows with a tiny budget and with a lot of playfulness. New standards. Oh, I love new standards. Actually, I had a question before, like, where do we get inspiration from? Basically, new standards. A new standard, USB 3.1 was released just a month ago, I think. It has 100 watts. It can power whatever you want with just a USB cable. It can transfer 10 gigabits of data straight ahead. And it has DisplayPort, yada yada. I know you're not interested in this, but I am! And that's what really drives us forward. New standards. For example, pixel space. Later on this year, LG will come out with a 8K, like, yeah, zoom. This is a normal SD video screen. The HD screens we have at home, a 4K screen, an 8K screen. This is mainly, how to say, they want us to buy more stuff and because it's so much better. But I look at it in a different way, and basically what I'm about to show now is not to leave this room, or I have to, yes, I have laser, right? This was shot in Cannes. It's not ready yet. When it is out, please just spread it, because it's really fun. We're playing around. The thing is, so with your guys clapping and so on, it's the same idea. And here it is with Charlie and me in Cannes. Never shown before. This is a big screen, and this is the 4K zooming into different parts, wherever we want. So here's the camera, basically. Now we have a robotic arm with the Arduino chip, which can pan the camera. So playing around in pixel space, we have a camera which has so much information. We're just playing with it. We can select wherever we want the audience to actually see. They see us doing the presentation live, and on the big screens, we can just specify exactly where we want the attention to be. Future. Fiber theater, that's why we all are here, right? Live! I'm really thrilled about the possibilities. I'm not a nose-sayer at all, but from my perspective, from the street view, I really want to feel the sweat. I want to feel you guys. I want to really be able to come in here and sample you and do a crazy song if I want. But there are really nice things going on, and I'm really looking forward to see what's to come with this technology. I'm really curious. I want to explore so much more in this field. But I have a different take. I mean, it would be really nice if we could have huge, big artists in a tiny show in Finspång, a tiny city in Sweden. Yeah. And just have them exclusive tonight at a little spot, Finspång. But from my point of view, or our point of view, remote technician, like the whole show, we have one technician. I'm doing everything. I'm triggering all the cues. I'm doing all the whatever you see us doing on the show. From this, and we have a technician that kind of just lets us not, what is it called, have feedback on our mics and so on. We have some scripts, we have some OSC, Open Sound Control scripts, so they could make quick fixes if something goes wrong during our performance. And it's not so far away that this guy could be at home doing that. With the fiber, it's live, it's just pushing some buttons. We have a mic in the audience, whatever, he could listen and see feedbacks straight ahead, like on his laptop. And we could just travel a bit lighter. It's my add to the fiber theme. I have no questions yet. Also, what I'm really passionate about is to find new ways of communicating with the audience. And I think HTML5 is a really nice standard, since you don't need to have an iPhone or Android. It's a wide standard. So, for example, what if we would have an open network here, so everybody could just log into a specific website, a local website with HTML5. All of a sudden you can control lasers, you could interact with whatever happens here from your phone, from your seat. Maybe the people born 89 would like to have a bit of fingers in the show. I don't know. I'm really curious. Let's see what's happened in this field. Understanding why we are using technology. We've been to a few conferences, technology conferences, and I see amazing stuff if I have been on the same forums for 10 years as these guys have. It's sometimes hard to know why we use technology, and I think that's a key thing. We have to know why we put technology on stage. I don't think it's an innovative play of Strindberg or whoever, just because you have a LED screen on the stage. Why is it there? How could we really, really take advantage of this screen? We need to go away from the nerdiness, if we say so. But I mean, everything is experiment. We've been experimenting quite a lot, and I will show you maybe something later on, and I will explain a bit more. So please ask me a question about looping afterwards. But looping is basically you have a little machine on the floor, and I can, oh yes, oh yes, yes, people don't really understand that I'm doing this live. They just think that, okay, they play some kind of music, something. We tried even harder. We built our own kind of gadget where we push record. Everybody sees it's a record sign. Yeah, I'm recording now, guys. Play, yeah, I can play as many times. It's happening live. People still had the idea or feeling that it wasn't live. I had a lot of fun because I could use my new gadget, but the audience were just feeling it as if it was something, I don't know. The question comes later on. We go back to where we started. I think the main reason to use technology is to reach the audience. Our biggest lesson being on the streets for 7 years, and what has brought us to where we are now, 10 years later with technology, is our love for the audience. Our passion in how to communicate, how to reach the reason why we are actually doing what we're doing. The audience. Rewind. Yes, hacking stage art. Right where we started. I don't have any solution for how to reach it. We have some examples, and I think when you get this from the audience, wow, everybody's filming. That's the biggest appreciation from the young generation. Oh wow, I got to oh wow. So this is really, really good. It's like everybody's clapping hands. Yeah, but in a new way. It's hard to clap now. But I like what you do. Yeah, here's a different example and a way to use technology from Barcelona. We fight, we give it all, doing what women do, doing right, and we give it all so good, because tonight we gotta do it right, from the end to start alright, let's do this one time for all, we can win, but it's hard to do it, so you better try, cause it's a game, but it's not, we save yours, don't wanna lose, we are strong together. We believe in our power. You can't win, we are living And I would like to see more women, like actually trying out technology. I really ask all of you to just come and start things together with us. I want to share whatever I can do with you. Of course, whatever project you have, but more women doing technologic stuff. I think it's a big lack of it. I don't know if you agree, but we've been touring so much and we haven't seen almost no artist, no female artist working in the technology field. And it's a sad thing because I think they will, more women. Share garden. I mean, I love to have these kind of meetings where we could share. I hope that I could hook up with you guys later on, just talk whatever we need to talk about, because we need to keep up doing whatever we are doing, because this is something I think of a lot also. Before possible was impossible. Right? So we have an idea, we want to do that. That is impossible. Before you make it possible. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh. Let me finish off with a quick live example, if you have the time. I don't know if I'm over time. It's okay? Okay. See if. Hey. Oh. Okay. Yay! Nice. Right now I will answer. Right? And now I will make a bit of recording. Beats. Whoop whoop when you don't come around, but after that I said I don't, yeah. Whoop whoop when you don't come around, but after that I said I don't. And you get that, live with it a little, know with it a little. Whoop whoop it, yeah. Whoop whoop when you don't come around, but Actually, my name is Babam. I just want to ask very quickly, what is your name?
Annika.
Sorry.
Annika.
We have Annika! Okay. I come all the way from Bolivia. Where do you come from?
Åland.
Holland.
Åland.
Eh? Nice, we're smart.
Åland. 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 Åland.
Got a small line, right?
Åland.
Yeah. I wanna celebrate where you come from, and this place is called.
Åland.
Where you live your life, it is your future, and this place is called.
Åland.
It is the greatest place, just like the home base. It's not to represent.
Åland.
I love it over there, just like a love affair. It's not to represent.
Åland.
I wanna celebrate where you come from, and this place is called.
Åland.
Where you live your life, it is your future, future, future. Check this out. Represented with my friends.
Annika. Annika.
We got small and represented with my friends.
Annika. Annika.
We got small and represented with my friends.
Annika. Annika.
We got small and represented with my friends. You can improvise if you want.
Annika. Annika.
Hey!
Annika. 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 Annika.
Okay.
Annika.
Representing live and direct. Everybody make some noise for the one and only from Småland, Annika! Yay! Annika is in the house today, representing a small land on Åland.
Annika. Annika.
And that's about it, folks. Please ask me some questions, whatever it is. How old I am. Anyone? We have 3 candies, okay? I want to get rid of them all because I only eat sweets on Fridays. Yay!
I want to
I-
ask questions.
Yes, please.
Ladies first. I'm interested in the process of giving birth to a new show. How do you go about in terms of ideas, applications, and who is executing and so on?
Yeah, we have a fantastic producer, Josephine Lindberg, who is backing us up. She knows why we should be at Chair Garden or why we should go to one place, and you should shake hands with these guys because they have power, you guys don't. So please understand, you are cool artists, but you have to get close to these persons. Without her, I don't know if we would stand here still. I mean, we have been going on for 17 years, which is a long time. And we're the same 3 guys. I don't know if I'm asking, giving a...
I was interested in
The process,
yeah,
or-
the process, this concept, and the idea, and the actual how you make a new show, so to say. Not how you book it, but how.
Yeah. Before, I will give you kind of a picture. Before, on the street time, we were in different street corners, and we were having our small little drum kit, and we were sweating, and we were really into it. Nowadays, all 3 of us actually sit in front of computers, and we have a shared Dropbox where we kind of just shovel stuff in. Okay, we have the new file. Can you check if it functions in the new programming? Okay. So, a lot of time, like this vinyling thing that you were part of yesterday, it's like so many hours of just figuring out different scripts and how to interact with small pieces of software which are supposed to do this, but you could actually do that also if you... So it's a lot of
But you do
Ba-
work
basically-
as a group, as a creative team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have started more and more also to be asked how could we as a base be somewhere to find inspiration, or could you just come and do a workshop or whatever? Because I know how to do scripts, but I don't know how to make terrific music. And Henrik is really great in ideas and concepts, and he takes it so much further than any of Martin and I would ever do. I mean, it's already good, and he says, no, it's not good enough. So it's a team, really collaborating, and without 17 years of challenges are just like, oh, nice, something we want to have. I don't know if I.
No, good. Has anybody stolen your tricks?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean,
And do you mind?
I don't know. We did the iPad thing, which is Digits, the other group I'm part of. We did a viral video. The first one you saw has been seen like 3.5 million times, and we have had so many offers from all over the world. And all of a sudden, we can't take all the work that is. And we found a copycat, which is actually doing the same act with the same tricks, but really slow. They don't have the rhythm, they don't have seven. Like Charlie is also a street performer from the beginning, so his mindset is the same. We entered quite easy, like we had the same mindset. And it's, yeah. If I mind, I mean, we have been stealing stuff through 17 years. That's how you develop. Like, we were a cover band. Yeah, we were stealing other people's songs, and we made them better. If you make them worse, then keep on practicing. Two more candies. Are we out of time?
No, we are not out of time. We have still.
How many variations do you have of your performances? How many shows do you tour?
We do kind of site specific, so we check out the measurements and can we have a complete dark? Okay, then we can add this number. So basically we have tons of numbers which we can just puzzle together. So it's.
Was the Barcelona theme, was it for the Olympics? Was it?
No, it wasn't. It would be
It
really
wasn't,
nice.
no.
No, it wasn't. No, that was La Merced, which is like a city festival or something. So, yeah. So, thousands of shows if you just change.
No, I mean different. Do you call them different names by do you sell them?
Yeah,
out as
we've
different
done
products?
several shows definitely, which have specific names, and when we present that show, it won't change during the time we're playing it. But yeah, all those numbers, we kind of, oh, this is so good, let's put this in here, and it's like bits and pieces, it's a puzzle to say. Sorry. I know you want to say, Last one.
I could say something about technology and girls.
Yeah, please.
I have a friend, a woman who is a carpenter, and she says that the big difference between men and women doing things in carpentry is that men say, could you bring me that 3-inch speak, whatever, nail? And women says, could you give me that big nail? And technology, it's the same that technology seems to be difficult because this kind of attitude. But I myself, I bought an Arduino basic box, the Uno, and I started just because it seemed so fun, and I can do it, and I'm also a teacher, so I'm going to show my children in school, the girls, not the boys. They manage without me. And it's so fun.
Great. I just want to add that, I mean, everything in the beginning, it's really hard. Everything we want to do that. It's hard in the beginning, and I don't know the specific name. So when I'm talking with technicians, they kind of, oh, I mean the split stranger. Oh yeah, one of those. But I want to do this. I want this to go here and out there, and then I want poof there it go, fire. And all right, yeah, strand, and you take it on. But you have to have the right microphone because otherwise it's. So, I mean, sharing is caring. Let's just share our. Let's not start to argue about what it. Let's start creating.
Let's call it a big nail.
Let's call it a big nail. Thank you so much.
Tack Erik, jättemycket. Fantastiskt roligt och inspirerande. Nu är det dags för visioner vidare. Vi är på väg mot vår eftermiddag när vi inte bara tänker utan vi försöker också gemensamt komma vidare. Nästa steg, våra tankar, idéer, bete, visioner, inspirationer, allt vad vi har fått här vidare. Vi kommer att komma tillbaka hit för ett samtal, en gemensam diskussion. Men innan det, under kaffet och tillsammans, ta 2-3 stycken och sätt er och svara på frågorna. Alltså lite om hur vi vill ha det nästa steg och så vidare. Kaffet kommer att bli på plan 2 vid auditoriet där vi var. Igår i alla fall några av oss, vi får leda varandra dit. Och ta ett papper och som sagt alltså på korta.nu Sharegarden så finns frågorna, så ta laptopen också med så kan ni direkt svara och lägga in era idéer och tankar. Okej. Så korta.nu Sharegarden. Och där kan vi langa in oss och så har vi dem tillsammans här sen också under diskussionen. Så ja, ta ett papper och så tar vi kaffe. Och innan så skulle Erik säga.
Yes. I forgot. When I was talking about looping, I said that I have come to a special conclusion, and that is that not looping at all is the best way to show that you're looping. Because what you saw was not live. But it's the best way because it's pedagogical. Because you think that, okay, and then you see the different, oh, he is recording. So everybody has the concept of, okay, it's happening live. I'm not having as fun, but I took technology after what I'm actually communicating. So just as a thing that it's just fake. See you at the coffee.
Tack Erik. Tack så